What up, guys? Welcome back to the channel, man. Today we're gonna be cracking on the Ruckus, and hopefully we're gonna get it. No, hopefully. I'm gonna commit to this. We're getting this damn Ruckus done today. It has to be done today. So we're gonna be starting off with the lowered seat bracket. So this is the stock seat bracket. I went ahead and I put it back on so we can get a feel for how tall it is, you know what I mean? So this is how they come from factory. There's a big old huge gap in here. It has you sitting up really high. So we did get a lowered seat bracket that came from the Ruck shop. All of our stuff here has come from the Ruck shop. And then we also got a set of handlebars, and this is the neck. That is also going to be lowered in comparison to the stock ones, most certainly. So yeah, that's today's video, man. We're gonna be lowering these handlebars down, lowering this seat down, giving this thing just a much lower center of gravity and a much cooler look, dude. It's gonna make it look a lot more like sporty, I guess you could say. I'm excited to see what this thing looks like with the new parts on it, so let's just get into this. All right, we got our stock seat frame here with the seat. First thing we gotta do is remove the seat from this frame. Now with that removed, our first step here is this little rounded bar actually sits on top of these two posts. So you can see that there's holes in it that lines up with those. We got to get that centered, and then we have to actually drill holes into this plastic. And the way this attaches to this are these little rivet type little plugs. So we're going to drill those holes out, then you have to slide these in, and then you hammer that pin on top in, and I guess it'll like smash this bottom side out, which will basically rivet this piece on and make it to where it won't remove. So that's our front bracket mounted onto the seat. Now that thing is pretty freaking solid, bro. I was shaking the hell out of it and it doesn't move. So that's the installation process. Now I have to use a little 3/8 extension that'll actually fit down inside of there to hammer those things flush, because as you can see, this hole is countersunk so that those things aren't like sitting out. They're actually flush down inside of that hole. So you have to use something that'll fit in there to actually hammer it down. But that portion is done, bro. So now that's our front seat bracket. Now we gotta put the rear seat bracket on, but it's hard to tell like where the placement of it is actually at, you know what I'm saying? These have to actually bolt up to these brackets, so you wanna make sure to get the placement correct. So what I'm gonna do is actually take the brackets, so now we can bolt the front one on, and then we will go ahead and bolt this rear one on as well. Basically put the whole thing together, and then we'll be able to see where this thing lands to be able to drill our holes. So then we know 100% that they're in the right spot. So front bracket and rear bracket. It's not attached to the seat, but it is attached to our bar, so we know that's where it's gonna sit. So now what I'm doing is just by eye making sure this thing is centered, because it does have a little bit of side to side play. So you just want to eyeball it, make sure it's nice and centered, and then we will drill our holes right here and then put in our last two little push locks, rivets, whatever it is you want to call these dang old things. All right, that's complete, dude. Now all we basically have to do is just put it on the Ruckus, man. So that was a lot easier than what I was expecting. Now this is all the hardware that it came with, so that you can actually mount it. I was gonna use the factory hardware, but unfortunately I cannot. I mean, I don't have a problem with this hardware. But you guys know, like I said, I was just trying to keep everything like OEM looking, so I wasn't gonna actually use this, but it turns out this hardware is a lot longer, where the stock frame is actually like sheet metal that is like corrugated, like bent, you know? This is no longer sheet metal. This is actually CNC'd aluminum, so it's a lot thicker. The OEM hardware would not work. Dude, that definitely looks sick, man. A huge improvement to the look. Definitely sits a lot lower, and it's a lot more comfortable to sit on, man. Like I was sitting on it, and it's not bad. Raven and I were just talking about how it looks like these handlebars are probably gonna be a lot more comfortable than switching over to the race handlebars. But what I don't understand is like all these lines, like we have the brake line, we have these wires that run up for the starter, throttle cable, brake line, more wires for the headlights. Like the length of it reaches where it's at right now, but I'm about to drop the handlebars all the way down here. Not to mention my mile per hour and everything right here. Like these stock handlebars have a bracket that mounts to, where the other handlebars don't. So I don't know what I'm gonna do about that, man. I guess we're just gonna get the new handlebars on and just try to figure something out. Probably gonna involve zip ties.
Got to see it through, my boy.
Got to see it through, my boy. Alright, so I got the handle grips and all the controls disconnected. I think it just slides off. Oh, I gotta take that out. But anyhow, if you see the handlebars has this hole in it, we are gonna have to drill holes in the new handlebar because there's a little like a little nipple that goes into the handlebar that stops the whole control from actually spinning. And this little metal strap right here, the ring that this stuff all passes through, in order to get it out, you have to disconnect everything, or you can just cut it, bro. So I'm gonna go ahead and cut it so we can get those out. And then what I think I'm also gonna do is cut this weld off right here that holds that bracket. This bracket's what actually holds my little gauge and everything right here. So maybe if I cut that off, I might be able to just weld it back onto the new handlebars. You know what I'm saying? That frees up absolutely all of our controls, lines, wires, cables, everything. So now all we have left to do is take this bolt out right here, and then the whole stem and handlebar will just come up. One thing that I do like though is like every freaking nut on this thing is all those nylon nuts, so they don't vibrate off. Makes sense. Makes a whole lot of sense. What's up?
I can put that on my bicycle.
So there's our stock handlebars, and this is our new one, and it's a completely different setup. This is kind of like a bicycle, man. So now we have like an actual gooseneck that's going to attach to the bike, and then we have this 7/8 hole right here for our handlebars. And you know what's funny? I'm surprised I didn't think about it. Like through this build of working on the Ruckus, like I've been looking up other videos and stuff and watching a lot of stuff on YouTube just so I can get myself prepared for it. Guy was like, here is a cheat code, right? For the handlebars on a Ruckus. People seem to think that you have to spend like high dollar whenever this is literally the same as like a mountain bike handlebar, bro. They have handlebars similar to this on Amazon for like 15 freaking dollars. I don't remember how much I spent on this one. I guarantee you it was more than $15 though. But anyhow, we're gonna continue with this installation. Gotta get this gooseneck on there first, and it came with its own hardware, bro. That's what's up. I've noticed that about everything I've gotten from the Ruck Shop. Everything has its own hardware. That's freaking dope. It's a pain in the ass to unwrap. I'm like, is this even hollow? It didn't sound like it.
It's because the other side's blocked off.
Bro, it's like spiraling off. I mean, at least they're not scratched.
Drops it.
Shut up. Aha! Success, my friend. Not to the garage floor, but
yeah,
success.
I was about to say, I was like, now we're gonna have to pick that up.
Crisscross applesauce. Yeah, there you go. Alright, so I don't know if you can see this, but I marked on the handlebar. I don't even see it. No, there it is. A little Sharpie mark where I have to drill a hole, put a little pin on the handle grip to actually go in. I'm gonna do that on both sides. So I got a drill bit that actually fits inside of the hole on the stock handlebars. So I'm drilling the same size hole. We grabbed a bicycle out of the backyard, and we're gonna try to get this brake lever and try to make this somehow become a mount for our speedometer, because I did end up taking that piece of metal completely off. There's a spider?
Nest.
Nest? Where? In it?
Oh, there's definitely spider eggs in there, bro.
Oh, dude, get the torch. Are they disintegrated?
Bro, there's nothing left.
Good. So many hours later, I finally got this all figured out, man. I got everything running nice and clean. It's just, the problem is you have to figure out how to get everything bunched up right here to where you're still going to be able to fit this piece on. You only have so much room right here that you could fit everything inside of, so it's all got to be inside of this little area. But then on top of that, you have to make sure there's enough slack that whenever you turn, like full lock left, full lock right, that it's not going to be like putting tension and pulling on wires and stuff. So that's the brake handle lever that we just took off that bicycle, and we cut it and chopped it and shaved it and painted it black, and there it is, bro. That's the little mount for my speedometer. I would have liked to have gotten it down here, but it wasn't gonna work because it has a cable that actually senses the speed, which that is still kind of in like a pretty sharp angle right here, but I think it's still gonna work. We should be all right. Now that that's finally freaking done, moving on, this piece right here that goes on the front, this is what actually holds the headlights and everything. It is pretty bent up from the accident. I do need to take a hammer to it and try to straighten some things out, but dude, this thing is mangled, bro. But I think I'm gonna be able to make it work. One problem though, that is basically where it sits, and that puts our blinkers right in line with the handlebars. So we wouldn't be able to turn at all with those on there. Basically, Jesus, man, the Chrysler 300s are out tonight. Basically, we have to cut this off. But when doing so, I'm gonna be getting rid of the front blinkers, and I want to be able to keep the front blinkers because, as you guys know, I'm trying to keep this thing looking as stock-ish as possible. So what I think I'm gonna end up doing, I'm gonna try to see if this will work. You see these little reflectors on the side? What I'm gonna try to do is remove those reflectors, and then hopefully I have enough room on that metal to drill that out to where it'll fit the blinker. So I think that'd be pretty dope if we just remove these reflectors, and then we can utilize that little piece of metal as a bracket to actually move the blinker from here to there. That still look pretty dope. Haha, sick. That's gonna be dope. Freaking love this thing. Dude, this thing definitely came out so freaking dope, man. So much better than what it was before. And I'm gonna take it for a ride down the street really quick. I'm gonna try out my new, for the first time, my new little mouthpiece GoPro freaking mount. So, it's like this. I've been watching too much freaking Ricer Miata, what can I say?
Let's take a moment. This car's so gorgeous, bro. trust it.
Dude, really, it seems like it's gonna be weird, bro. It really does. But once you ride it, it inspires some confidence. It feels fine. Just get used to the steering, because the steering is different now because it's extended.
I don't even remember how I drove before. Well, I remember it rode good. I don't remember like the steering wheel.
Yeah. This guy, he's going like freaking 3 miles an hour. The hell is he going so slow for? Bro.
I don't even want to go over 10 miles per hour.
Why?
I don't know.
That looked like 3 miles an hour.
I swear it was 10.
Bro. Here, take the camera. Let me show you how it's done.
Bro, I don't want to be the reason why this thing is messed up.
Oh my god, man.
Hat on. I think it's so sketchy, bro.
Thing bobs, bro. I get it up to like just over 30.
You could get it over 30?
Yeah.
Bro.
Like if I had a straightaway, I could probably get it to 35. Like longer than our street, but you know. Alright guys, well there it is, man. I'm gonna go ahead and call the Ruckus build as being complete, even though there's still some things that we need to do, most certainly, believe me. So this little shell doesn't like fit on there correctly. You see how I have it? Like I marked some places to drill holes and put zip ties, but all the clips inside of here are all broken from the wreck, and there's a pretty gnarly crack on the bottom that you can't really see. This headlight frame is bent. This little bracket piece that mounts everything on the front is bent. Like as you guys seen, I try to hammer it straight. The forks, the triple tree, this piece right here, this is bent to hell. So I did my best to get it straightened out and to get the wheel in here, but that's the reason why this isn't lining up with the wheel correctly. And if you put the handlebar straight, the wheel is crooked. So I need to find one of these. I've noticed pretty quickly that they're hard to freaking find. So that's pretty much it, other than the rear wheel. The rear wheel, whenever you're riding down the street, you can see it has a wobble. It wobbles side to side. I replaced the front wheel from the accident. This is the front wheel that used to be on it that got bent to hell. Now, the rear wheel wasn't really bad. Like I did notice it had a little bit of a bend to it, and I thought maybe I can get away with using it, but I definitely need to replace it. Yeah, I need a triple tree stem. I need a new clam piece for the front, and I need a new rear wheel, and I do still plan on getting a new exhaust. I just went ahead and spray painted the stock one really quick just to clean it up. So yeah, there's still some things. We need to figure out an overflow because the stock overflow no longer fits. I'm probably just, I'm gonna reuse it because this thing is perfect. Little tiny guy, but I need to figure out a way to mount it, probably like right here or something, which wouldn't be terrible. We got plenty of room up inside of there that we can mount it. But you know, those are all little things that I'll do in the future that we can just work on it and make it better, you know what I'm saying? But for the time being, there it is, man. That's it. So if you guys have any questions about it, throw it in the comments down below. I hope you guys enjoyed this little series working on the Ruckus. I definitely love this thing. It's just something that we have at the house that every once in a while it's fun just to pull it out and rip it down the street. And whenever we get started going back to the track and going to events and stuff, I want to take this thing with us, you know what I mean? This thing would be sick to have trackside, to be able to like run back and forth to the car or to go grab drinks or whatever, man. So hell freaking yeah. Anyways guys, I hope you enjoyed today's video. I hope you enjoyed the Ruckus series. If you did, please do smash the like button and share it, man. Share it with your friends, share it with your family, share it with your ex-girlfriend. Peace. See you on the next one. Hey there, Rughead.
See you later, bro.